All right. Well, let's get back in here today in the Eyes Up Here studio. If you didn't know by now, my name is Chad, and every single time we sit down in the Eyes Up Here studio, I am joined by the host of Eyes Up Here. It is the one and only Queen of Extreme. And Queen, today as we sit down to record, we're switching it up a little bit, but going back to an old favorite. We are digging in your private DMs.
Yeah, for the longest time, I couldn't get to fan DMs. And I was like, what's going on with my phone? There was no button for it, And then I went into settings and I realized I had everything turned off. So I went and I turned them back on and the box got full. And yeah, there's some doozies in here. So as vulgar as I mean, I'm not a vulgar person unless I get really pissed off at somebody. But these are vulgar. So I need to think of like different wording for certain things, which might not come off as great, but I think you'll get my drift. I don't want to get demonetized or in trouble with iHeart or YouTube or anybody that we might show this on or play this on. So
a lot of F's and S's and A's and poopies.
There's a lot of different things going on.
Let's a little bit of context to go backwards. This is, I think we had to have done this for the first time in 2020, maybe 2019 or 2020.
It was for Patreon. So
it was for Patreon.
Yeah.
Way back in the day. And you just said, I have an idea. I want to dig into my DMs. I think this could be interesting. And it was so eye-popping at the time that other people started to dig into their I don't know, their undetected DMs. And we've gone back to it a couple of times, and each time it's just like jaw-dropping to see what you come up with. And unfortunately, folks, this is what people in the public eye have to deal with when some people have a little bit of courage to just click that message button and type away.
These guys don't care.
No.
And I mean, I think if they think these are good pickup lines and that the girls are going to drop their panties and come running to them, they are insane. Because some of these things, I'm reading them and I'm just like, really? You know, I've never made it a secret that I'm married and have kids and, stuff like that. You would think people would be a little more respectful toward me, but they're not. And
a little bit.
I mean, if you don't shoot your shot, you'll never make the basket. So
100% right.
I agree with shooting your shot, but there's a way to do it. And charming is not one of the words I would use for these gentlemen. And I would love to call them out and say their usernames, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to read them and you know who you are. So keep that in mind. But my phone is charging. So I wrote them down on a piece of paper and yeah. So I'll just read off the paper and I don't know which words I'm allowed to say and which I shouldn't. And I don't want you to have to use the censor button 50 million times. So I'm just going to read them. I'm just going to read them and use my best judgment here.
Brace yourself.
Pace myself, did you say?
I said brace yourself.
Oh, brace. Yeah, you guys got to brace yourselves. I am.
The cringe factor is about to set in.
Yeah, these are, nasty. But let's go to the first one from a lovely young gentleman, because when they send them to me, I also will click on their profiles to see what's going on. And this guy was pretty young. So while I'm flattered, I'm grossed out a little bit. So by all these. But first guy says, do you like to give head? Question mark. I would like getting head from a beautiful girl such as yourself. What would it take to make this happen? Now, let's dissect this, if you will. Okay.
All right.
Calling me a beautiful girl was a nice touch. I appreciate it. Girl, I like the word girl. Girl makes me feel a little younger. Makes me feel kind of, special. But to be so bold as to ask a question like that, I mean, do you really think? Well, yes, I do. Where can we meet? I would love to show you my technique. I mean, seriously, what makes anybody think that this is acceptable to send to someone, especially someone they don't even know? Is this the way to get laid in 2024?
No. And to go so blunt as to say to give head.
Yeah,
Come on.
I mean, there's several ways to put it, and I hope we don't get demonetized for that. And if you think we will, just bleep it out, or I don't know. But that's, I mean, that was the first one I saw, and I was just like, all right. So he gives a compliment, but then he just ruins everything. So that's gonna be a no. Hard pass.
A little Al Snow. Could have been Al Snow.
Maybe he was trying to use a pun, an ECW pun.
Could be.
I don't know. Is that a pun? I don't even know. Did I use that correctly? Anyway, it's just a hard pass from me. I just I don't think this is a good opening line. I think if you start it with "You're a beautiful girl, how you doing?" lead up to it, like for future reference. Like I'd still say no, but there's a way to go about things. So you know, that user didn't get a response. So
you wouldn't even do that in a bar. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, maybe
unless,
you would,
unless you were super drunk.
Yeah, I think so. Well, at bars these days, guys just go up to girls and put their hand down their pants.
True.
That's
a good point.
Terrible. I would die.
Or you just show your phone and be like, "This is what you have to see later."
Oh yeah. Oh no. All right. The good part about it is he didn't send you know, the infamous D pic, which
That's
would
true.
have been the cherry on the top of the sundae for me. But no, thank you. All right, moving on. The next guy. This is original. I've never had this said to me before. Please make me your toilet. What do you think about that?
Oh my god!
What do you think about that?
Okay. I think that's pretty blunt too. I think that's getting right to the point.
Is that a good one?
That's a good one.
Should I run right to him with open arms?
That's something else. Okay, again, an opening line to get straight to the point, and again, not something I would write to my favorite superstar of of my wrestling fandom, but I guess I never thought that way. That's incredible.
So I look at his picture. He was an older gentleman, not old like old, but up there.
Okay.
And I thought to myself, I mean, this could mean several things, right? I don't know exactly what he's asking of me. And for fun, should I write him back and say, "What do you mean?" But I didn't. I don't. Let's just say I don't answer any of these. Just want to make that clear. I never respond to any of these. But this one, I was a little curious. I'm like, what does that? Am I naive? Like, what exactly is he asking me to do, or does he want to do? Make me your toilet. So defecate, like. Is that pee?
Yeah, there's no specification to number one or number two.
I don't understand. I don't know. I mean,
or like sometimes you just get on it and there's nothing that comes out. So, maybe it's just pure constipation.
Yeah. So like, you sit there. Should I just sit there with my phone? Just reading, scrolling. Pretend that you're reading your DMs. Yeah, he's just kind of waiting for something to happen. Sorry, buddy. It's been 20 minutes.
Again, look, in this world, we're taught now that everybody's kind of into their own thing. But again, to write this to another person that you don't already have some sort of established common relationship with is just mind-boggling.
Nothing. So, yeah, I thought that was pretty creative right there. This next one, I just can't. It was a guy in France. Okay.
Wait, I thought we already covered the wee wee.
No. He's from France. And he has the same last name as me, my maiden name, which was Fournier. Okay.
Get out of here.
So he says, hey, I think we might be cousins. I really hope not, because I always wanted to F an American. So maybe he's going to buy 23andMe or something and look me up to see if we're actually related. Because if we're not, he's going to come to America and we're going to have relations.
Okay.
In his mind.
Cousin Francois.
I mean, you know, I really hope that we're not related, he says. And I don't know. His username was one of those like Jim 12742 kind of thing. But I guess it's Jim Fournier because we have the same last name. Yeah. So, you know,
it's not Pierre Fournier.
No, it wasn't like a fancy French name. It was like Jim and then the numbers and then but you know, he's Fournier. So I don't know. What are the odds?
Maybe I'll come to America and use you as toilet.
As a toilet? I don't know. A bidet? Is a bidet a French thing?
Do they have bidet in France?
Bidet in France? I don't know. I just thought that's an interesting one, right?
I just, you know, if you have some remaining family members in the France area,
I don't know.
Hope that they're not using the DMs for ill disguise.
I'm pretty sure I'm French Canadian and not like straight up French, like France French. So I don't know, but I just found this to be very odd.
You could have been booked as a French sympathizer.
I whatever. Okay, moving on. This next one. You would be effable even if you were dead.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Is that a compliment? I think it's a compliment.
It's just to the point.
I think it's a compliment.
You know, like I think a lot of people think when you get DMs that you're just going to get these like long soliloquies and these stories of their lives and this and that. But these are just like thoughts to the point. Like, effable till death. Okay. All right. I guess compliments, perhaps.
I think it's a compliment, but it's a little bold. I don't think that's the way to go to pick up a broad, you know?
Because the odds are if this person was in real life, they probably wouldn't even make eye contact with you if you were standing in front of them.
You know, I don't know. And he didn't have a picture. He's one of those dudes that didn't have a picture.
An egg.
So I couldn't see what he looked like or what.
Anime character.
Nothing. No picture.
So weird.
Yeah. So I was just like, okay. I'll take it as a compliment. But.
I mean, when I send an interview request to somebody professionally, I feel weird.
Yeah.
I mean this is like more blunt and vulgar.
Normal talk. I feel like sometimes oh, did I say the wrong thing? That's definitely saying the wrong thing, you know?
Oh my God.
So I don't know. But yeah, I'll take it as a compliment. Here's a good one. This was from a younger gentleman as well. I'd say he was about 30. Do you want me to take your period away from you for 9 months? So he wants me to have his baby, I suppose.
Okay.
Hey, you know?
I mean, you know, that's...
Hey, that's love.
That's creative.
That's love. I think he's in love with me.
I've never heard it phrased that way, at least.
I could be his mother. But, you know, I am a cougar. The young boys dig me. What can I say?
Yeah.
You know? But creative.
Very.
Right? You think?
Yes.
How about this one? This guy had a picture of a flower.
Oh.
That was very sweet, right?
Yes.
So he asked, can I use your thighs as earmuffs? I'm serious.
What?
I'm serious. It must be cold where he lives. Maybe he lives up north. Maybe he's Antarctica.
Maybe that's those French Canadians that you're related to. Way deep up there in Nanuit or Inuit or wherever those deep cold parts of Canada.
Or Maine or Rhode Island. It gets cold up there, you know. I don't know.
You wear your thighs as earmuffs.
Yeah. I was like, I don't know. I'll get back to you on that one. I want them to be warm, but
so they like to be smothered.
I suppose so.
So the freak factor is flying pretty high with a lot of these guys.
You know, I mean, I've had them turned off for. I've had them turned off for so long that they had time to get creative. So, pretty good ones.
What do you think it is about people though that now they're just so like? Is it the anonymity that gives people the balls essentially to be so, you know, like just out there with their you know, inner kink?
Yeah, I think so. You know, because like I said, I can't really call them out. You don't know if they're using their real names. I mean, you could put up their username and everybody can go look at their profile and I guess tag them and call them a weirdo or whatever. But I'm not going to do stuff like that. But I mean, just to go look like at his picture of a flower, I don't know who I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Or talking to rather, or whatever. So again, I would never answer anybody, but I just find it's just bold. You know, it's very bold and ballsy, and you have to think.
It's not Bill Smith, you know, 12 and Bulls fan, you know, John.
I don't know who they are, but think this way too. Are they married, or do they have girlfriends and they're looking for side action and they think, oh, let's try it with like a public figure. Why not? Because maybe somebody will jump at it. But I'll tell you what, like looking at somebody's profile, you would want to see like a hot guy. You don't want to see a picture of a flower.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's weird. It's just, it's bold and it's weird.
I guess for that one slim chance that somebody responds and somebody, you know, gives them that little bit of adulation or the whatever they're looking for.
Well, you know, something I
shoot the shot, like we said.
I swear I read a story about Rob Lowe marrying a fan who sent him her panties, and he's still married to her to this day. I swear I read that story about him. She sent him a fan letter, mailed him a pair of her panties, and he married her. So you never know.
I'm not familiar with that.
That story is in my head.
Rob Lowe.
Are you looking it up?
I just typed in Rob Lowe panties. Oh man, so much weird stuff comes up. I can't go into that now.
I mean, maybe I'm wrong, or
that's a rabbit hole.
Maybe I have the star mixed up, but you know, you never know. You got to meet people somehow, some way. So shoot your shot. I have two more.
Okay.
I'm going to save the best for last. Well, no, they're both of them are pretty good. Okay, I'll read this one and then I'll do the last one last. This guy says, this guy looked like, I don't know, mid-40s. He had a picture up. Not a bad looking guy, you know, normal looking guy. Will you please mail me a box of your toenail clippings?
Oh,
I'd be happy to pay whatever you'd like for them. I'd be honored to chew them.
I got nothing. That's disgusting.
How much do you think I should charge him?
Oh my God. I mean, I almost like give the toilet guy a pass. Oh my God. That is
good stuff.
Oh my God.
I'm thinking to myself, these girls, like the fart in a jar lady, remember we talked about her one year, she was farting in a jar. There's women that will do this kind of stuff. I would never. I mean, this is just too much. But toenail clippings? What do you even charge for that? Like $1,000?
I don't know.
You clip your dogs and then mail them to.
Probably know the difference. Oh. Probably a connoisseur.
Oh my God. So funny.
Oh,
yeah.
awful.
Good one, right?
Ugh.
This and this, okay, I have one more because this is just ridiculous. And we'll do another part another day. Because I'm sure I'll get more. This one's a little vulgar. And then it gets really lighthearted.
Oh, geez.
All right. Hey, baby, why don't you come over? Hey, baby, why don't you come over and give me a good sucking with that mouth of yours? Here's my Snapchat. And then he sent me a Rickroll link. A Rick Astley Rickroll.
I mean, at least in 2024, Rickrolling is still a thing.
Rickrolling is still a thing. They're
still a thing. I think I got Rickrolled. I think I got Rickrolled by an updated version of Never Gonna Give You Up, and it was just the old version of it. I think I got Rickrolled by that.
Well, I got Rickrolled in my DMs. How about that?
That's incredible. Hey, I mean, that's something. So wow.
He started off vulgar, but then it was kind of like he made me chuckle. I was like, what? Pretty funny.
There you go.
There you go. I don't know.
Oh man, I don't even know where to start. Like, what kind of feedback do you want? You know, like how do you recap that?
Most of the people who listen to me are men. So how many of you have sent a female something like I just read? And if you did, what is wrong with you? How ballsy are you?
Yeah. Did you think there was a connection with somebody, so you sent them that message and ended up in that spam box and never heard anything and are getting read on a podcast somewhere?
Yeah. I mean, I will tell you, there are gentlemen that DM me and they are very sweet. One guy just kept sending pictures of me to me. And I had to block him because my thing kept ding, ding, ding. And it was a picture of me, a picture of me, a picture of me. And I'm like, what is the point of this? So I blocked him because he wouldn't stop. Like 20 pictures came in and I had to block him. He just wouldn't stop. But some are very sweet. Some are like, I admire your work. I loved you in ECW. You look great, blah, blah, blah. And then you get these. And it's just like the complete opposite of the nice guy. It's the vulgar guy.
Complete.
So I don't know. I just thought I'd share some good ones with you. And yeah, that's that.
I love it.
Yeah. You should check yours, Chad, and see if you have any crazy DMs in there.
When I had Facebook, there was always weird ones.
From women?
Just from random people. There was always rando crap.
What did they say? Tell me the weirdest one you remember.
I don't remember. I just remember always seeing weird people that would pop up. But they're always, it's more like the sales shit than it is anything. I mean, I don't have
it's not crude.
Crazy stuff like, not like you, but it's just always, random funny stuff. I did see in my Gmail, I had some funny spam stuff when I only read the first line of spam when I get them in my Gmail. And they're usually, now they've turned from, the Nigerian princes to now you're winning the lottery to, that kind of crap. But
yeah,
no, I don't have the DMs like you.
Well, if you guys like this episode, we'll do another one. Let us know in the comments. And think before you type.
Moral of the story.
That's my advice to you.
All right. Well, we will get out of here for today. Mm-hmm. And this time on Eyes Up Here. So, Queen, I guess nothing else to add, but
not today. I think that's today. Enough. No.
So check us out. Eyes Up Here on YouTube, Eyes Up Here on iHeartMedia, iHeart app.
With Francine. If you're
Eyes Up
typing
Here
in
with Francine.
The podcast with Francine. Make sure you put that in there or you'll get some girl that's been idle for years. It's not me. So
we don't want to give that, and I'm not going to say
stop it. Stop. I don't even know who she is. Just stop.
I was gonna use a word that rhymes with schmimbo, but I'm not going to say that now.
Okay, so just follow us on iHeart, subscribe wherever you get your podcasts, and if you're watching this on YouTube, just subscribe. It's all free. Doesn't cost you a
That's
dime.
right.
Yep.
All right. Well, for the Queen of Extreme, this is the Chadster. We will catch you on the flip side.